Hello, this is Rachel Jones at Coal Capital Markets. Now, the Dow Jones Industrial Index is heading for a key resistance level ahead of the Federal Open Market Committee minutes. The 34,280 level is the obstacle for US stocks, and a dovish Federal Reserve would boost the index. At the last meeting, the Federal Reserve began to pivot from its aggressive monetary actions by releasing a statement saying the committee would take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy, the lags with the monetary policy affects economic activity and inflation. The Fed acknowledged in that statement that it had already hiked rates significantly and could slow down the pace of raising rates in the future, waiting to see the effects on inflation. The last reading of inflation and core prices was softer, which will see the Fed pause soon to address prices later. Jerome Powell clarified that although the Fed could slow down in the next meeting, the final rate would be more than markets thought. The Federal Reserve is ready to start smaller interest rate hike increments from next month. According to Cleveland Fed President Loretta Mester, this happens as it fine-tunes its policy actions over inflation while keeping the economy strong. She told CNBC that she thinks they can slow down from 75 at the next meeting. She says she doesn't have a problem with that and that she thinks that's very appropriate. But she did add that she thinks they are going to have to let the economy tell us going forward what pace we should have to be at. The Fed raised interest rates by 75 basis points at the fourth consecutive meeting. There were a number of comments from policymakers signalling an expectation to shift towards smaller increases in borrowing costs. This is to allow time for the economy to absorb the swiftest tightening of monetary policy in 40 years. The central bank's benchmark lending rate currently sits in a target range of 3.75% to 4%. Investors expect a rate increase of 50 basis points at the Fed's next policy meeting on the 13th to 14th of December. Wednesday's Federal Open Market Committee minutes will be an essential step to clarifying that prediction. That's the latest from Coal Capital Markets. I'm Rachel Jones.